Bring us the shoes of Deep Dive Zone, everybody, a Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Devin, joined as always by my co-hosts Lauren and Bruce, and today we are continuing on with Archie's Sonic the Hedgehog, the Flynn era, coming off of the Interjack Returns arc into some other stuff.
Yeah, some other stuff.
It's not one big arc right now.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's centered on one thing, though, primarily.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. We are beginning here with Sonic the Hedgehog number 185, and, well, we've got some shadowy figures, villains looming in the background, and also Mina.
I know I shouldn't dread seeing her, but I kind of do.
It's okay, she's fine for now.
She is. She ends up being fine, but I still dread seeing her.
We're not... You know what, let's just go ahead. This story is called Mogul Rising, Part 1, Needful Things. That's a weird title.
That is an odd title. I don't usually read the titles. That's an odd title.
It is written by Ian Flynn, and it is... Okay, so it's got drawing layouts done by Yardley, but the pencils themselves are done by Matt Herms, so it's kind of a mishmash of styles here. But Mina returns from her tour to find a changed home waiting for her, but the same old Sonic. However, all is not well as Mammoth Mogul puts some curious plans into play.
I love the way Mogul's trunk is drawn, like hanging behind their name card here on the first page. It looks so silly.
I do like that, yeah.
So, so I don't remember if it was last week or the week before that where it was like, oh, Mina's out on tour, the Chaotix were escorting her.
Yeah,
and then they came right back, and we've just kind of forgot about that, but,
it's fine.
You know, Knothole exploded while she was gone, so, she's got some catching up to do. So yeah, she comes home and she jumps on Sonic, and it's like, oh god, no, we're not doing romantic drama here.
No, she's just excited to see Sonic, which, fair enough.
Yeah, we would all be excited to see Sonic because, he's Sonic.
Yeah, fair, I guess.
Yeah.
Case in point, the first thing that Ash does here is apologize for being such an asshole.
Which, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
We're getting back into a little bit of the Flynn having to fix some issues.
I appreciate it either way.
Oh, I don't dislike it. I definitely do appreciate it.
Sonic is even conscientious, and he's like, well, you know, based off everything that happens with Tails, I should probably just be more considerate of people's feelings in general.
You know, fair enough, yeah.
So yeah, Mina is like, well, I want to see what happened to Knothole while I was gone, and Sonic shows her.
Yeah.
It's all just a wasteland now.
Yeah, I guess we haven't seen the ruins of, it's not even ruins, it's mostly gone.
Where Knothole was.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten to see where Knothole was, at least in a little while.
No, I mean, we saw it get destroyed, and then we kind of just... everything was happening at New Mobotropolis. We didn't have time to go back there. Yeah, but they do get to Freedom HQ, which is not completely destroyed. They are rebuilding the roof.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Freedom HQ hadn't been destroyed.
Yeah, it was only the cave-in with the fucking rock that killed Rotor's back.
Right.
So, yeah, they're helping rebuild. Mighty is here holding stuff together, and there's this part where Mina accidentally touches on a nerve where she's like, oh, you know, I haven't seen the Chaotix since they helped me with getting Worldwide. How's Knuckles doing? It's like, oh.
Yeah, that's a nerve that was bound to be hit at some.
Yeah, she just barely misses hitting one with Sonic and Tails when Tails gets back as well.
Yeah, we're hitting all the nerves. I mean, I guess she hasn't been around. She doesn't know the horrors.
True.
No, she had her own horrors. She also says hello to Nicole, and Nicole's like, hey Sonic, you need to come to the prison because Mogul wants to talk to you.
It's a random transition, but alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, he got bored in there, so he's like, alright.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, we have... the prison looks pretty similar to the one that Knothole had before, but, you know, we got glass boxes. I know we saw this last time, but, yeah, so Mogul's like, hey, I have to be released, or else. It's like, or else what? He's like, I'll gather a new fearsome foursome. I'll find 4 more guys to do stuff for me.
I mean, it seems like on Mobius that's not that hard.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, he's got magic.
Exactly.
Sonic, unfortunately...
With magic and money, you can hire anyone on this planet.
Yeah, Sonic unfortunately does not take him seriously.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Mogul's been a bit of a joke recently, so
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's a fair reaction from Sonic.
yeah, from Sonic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Mogul, for all they've been like, oh, he's some kind of chaos demigod, he's never really shown it, and Eggman has always been the bigger threat.
Yeah.
But, well, Sonic is obviously making a mistake by being too callous with this, because,
Oh yeah.
well, Mogul says, I'll get 4 new guys to do stuff for me, and he kind of does do that. He can't directly influence anyone from here unless he had already implanted them with his magic beforehand.
Right.
So we're doing some retconning, but
Okay, so wait a second. Before he does that, though, like Sonic ignoring Mogul, that's fair. But Nicole, like, has to have been monitoring Mogul in the first place to have
Yeah,
heard them say
yeah.
that they wanted to talk to Sonic. So why the heck, as Mogul is explaining their plan to Knack here, does Nicole's just ignoring this? Like, that's stupid. Like, Mogul doesn't just randomly say like, surrender or else. Like,
On one
they
hand,
should know Mogul well enough that probably means they're gonna
yeah,
try at least
no.
something.
On one hand, I have to assume part of it is just like maybe Nicole can't be everywhere at once, but she's an AI. She can literally be everywhere at once,
well,
or at least in theory.
I think that
She
Nicole
must
is
have
generally
limitations.
presented as an individual who has to be paying attention. I don't think that she can see
Yeah,
everything at once. That
that's the
being
impression
said,
I've started getting. Yeah.
she should be keeping an eye on the prison as much as possible. So
Yeah.
I think it's really just a question of how responsible is she and how much does she know what she's doing. And in fairness, the idea that Nicole does not know what she's doing will come up in this series, but I don't know how much you're supposed to be thinking about that as you see this. I think the thing is just that Mogul needs to explain his plan somehow, and if Nicole is watching, then it's too easy. And it's like anything that they could do to disable her would tip something off. So it's like, you're not wrong, but I don't know what they could have done. Which means that it's kind of a flawed idea, I admit. But
I mean, you could just have Mogul like thinking to themselves, like, an actual scheming villain would just like plot in their own head and not speak out loud.
that's fair, but also talking way too much is part of his personality, so it's like,
Yeah, true.
Anyway, so, yes, the way that he can control people is if he had already filled them with magic energy or whatever, and now we retcon how that happened for several characters.
Right. Which fair enough, I guess.
Not fair enough, but let's go through those characters first.
Yes, it starts
The
with
character-
Mina, and during the retaking of Mobotropolis in number 75, she was running from the robots and all that stuff, and he found her and poked her in the head, and he says, I enhanced your natural prowess, and also I removed your memory of me doing this, so this is why she's fast, I guess?
Yeah, this is the explanation for why she
Apparently.
can copy powers or copy abilities.
I mean, that's
Mostly
not what
just Sonic speed.
Yeah, she's just fast like Sonic.
Yeah, I feel like I remember earlier on them implying she could do more, but I don't think that was never done. So
I mean, I guess the idea is that Sonic's strength is already tied to his speed, so theoretically, I don't know. It was never explained anyway, so in lieu of nothing, I don't necessarily mind this.
Yeah, I don't mind this explanation just because it wasn't explained. So this is the explanation.
I was thinking doing it in such a roundabout way like this though is so silly.
Oh
It
God,
just feels
yes.
like you're checking off a checkbox for the sake of checking it off. Like I didn't need an explanation. It's been too long. I don't care at this point.
Yeah, the same. I stopped caring like 2 years ago when we were covering the last batch of or a year.
I mean,
ago,
it's not like
whatever,
we
how
ever
long.
got an explanation for Sonic speed, so who cares?
Well, yeah,
Right.
I don't care that much why these characters have the abilities they do. It's neat to know, but you don't need to know.
Yeah.
Still, it's not as bad as the next one.
Yes, Mighty. This is apparently where his monster strength comes from.
Wrong. No. You can't just
I-
you can't just rob Mighty of their thing and be like,
Yeah,
oh no,
this
it was
is-
Mogul. Like, no, they're named
Yeah,
Mighty. They're
I
just
don't like
strong.
this. Why would you
That's
name
just
your
their
child
cool-
Mighty if they're not gonna be like punching shit and breaking shit?
Yeah, well, and they've especially characterized Mighty's biggest moments of strength through like fits of rage at this point. So you could almost say that it's like an adrenaline rush, in his case.
Yeah.
It does give us a little bit of his backstory, which is interesting. Namely, that he was born to a family of thieves in Mercia, and they were sent to prison, and so he got his strength from Mogul trying to save them, but still failing.
That's at least an interesting explanation of his background. I'll take that.
Yeah, I like that part of it.
But yeah, getting his power from Mogul.
That's so stupid. I hate that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's a hat on a hat, because it's like, again, Knuckles is also pretty strong, but we don't need an explanation for that. Although, I guess now that I'm thinking of it, all of the Guardian shit is kind of an explanation for that.
Yeah, that's our explanation for Knuckles, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, this story has a little bit of this series has a little bit of a problem with that, doesn't it? Because I was like, well, Tails can just fly because they're Tails. No, wait, Tails is the chosen one. No, it's just like every character except Sonic in this continuity, but in a lot of
Yeah.
continuities, not true.
Yeah, that's been an
Yeah.
issue I've had previously, is that like
All
every character needs an explanation for why they can do the thing they do, but
Yeah.
Sonic. The one
Although
that I
that
would
being said, that's
be
not
interested
what they
in.
say about Tails here. And I don't think they ever said that Tails being the chosen one is why he could fly.
No, but Tails has all the chosen one shit with him already. That
It
it's
doesn't
kind
help,
of,
certainly.
yeah, I feel like it's kind of a simple it's a simple leap in logic to make.
Yeah. Anyway, we do get a page about Tails here, but it does not say anything about him giving Tails special powers. He basically just says, I marked you for possession when I kidnapped you and the fake Tails replaced you. Which, that part's fine.
Yeah, this is the
Sure,
only
that's
one of
fine.
the trio that I'm like, okay, you didn't just pull it out of nowhere. I can totally see that because like that whole ordeal was bizarre and it felt like it didn't have much consequence. It was another Mogul is a loser moment, basically. So Mogul having like this cool contingency with that makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
neat.
So that's 3 guys, but who's the 4th? Well, they all come and break down Sonic's door. So, yeah,
Because
it's
of
gonna be him.
course Sonic has to be the fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like picking these 3 random characters happen to be there like as the contingency. Okay, not Tails isn't so random, but I
Tails
would
makes
have
sense.
I would have preferred if like why Mogul has been around, right? Couldn't you have like
Mhm.
introducing new characters is hard, I get it. But at least introducing like 2 more or characters or someone a little more obscure. Just the fact that these are all fairly well-known characters feels
These are
too
all,
convenient.
yeah, a little bit, a
I
little
think
bit.
I think the thing to do would have been to establish a connection between Mogul and other characters beforehand.
Right.
Sure.
And there are some cases like that. You know, Knuckles has interacted with Mogul plenty. The problem is, we just did a Knuckles dark magic story.
Right. If
Right.
we did
Yeah.
another one, that's, yeah, we don't want another
We
one.
can't put that guy through even more, and it's like, who would even be the third
Right.
one in that case? Because the only person who would also have spent time around Mogul during that point would be, like, Dimitri, I guess.
And he's a ball.
And also busy with other stuff, as we'll see during some of this.
Right.
Yeah, so it is convenient. But don't worry. We've got 2 stories this issue.
Yay. We always love that.
Well, I can like a backup story sometimes. Unfortunately, this time it is the 40 Fathoms Freedom Fighters in Misfit Badniks, the Soggy Salty sequel. Gallagher and Monarch. That might be one of the longest titles for a story ever. Especially if you
Yeah.
consider Sonic the Hedgehog Presents in front of it. Yes, the Misfit Badniks fix up Pseudo-Sonic, in the process finding a dial to turn him huge, but the fucking sea creatures are here to put an end to that.
Yeah, I'm sure we were so excited to see the 40 Fathoms Freedom Fighters again.
After that last comic, I really didn't think we were actually getting a follow-up, and I didn't want one.
Yeah, same. I wasn't expecting one, and I really didn't want one.
I thought there was going to be one, but then Devin reacted like there wasn't one, and so then I didn't think there was going to be one. And then so when I saw there was one, I was actually kind of excited for a second. So it's like, just for the sake that they actually bothered to follow it up.
I guess fair enough.
Yeah, I just straight up forgot. Yeah, the Misfit Badniks, they're... Oh, Yannick is boring. No, they fixed up Pseudo-Sonic. They found a secret dial on him that makes him grow big, and so the sea creatures are here to fight it, and they fight. Who cares?
No, how dare you? There's a little more to say to this. You're kind of brushing over it a little bit. Actually, I am somewhat impressed that they tried to pull from like prior stuff here. First of all, I mean, obviously pulling out the 45 Freedom Fighters, I hate them, but I mean, I don't hate them actually. That's not fair. I just don't care about them at all. Um, but the fact that they bothered to bring back something like that, okay, that's kind of neat. And then yeah, the dial that makes Pseudosonic big, it's actually a callback to that weird thing that was a component that more famously showed up with Universe Salamander, actually. But they liken it to a giant Burrowbot that showed up in the Way classic comics, which it was never implied to actually be linked to that. So linking those two things is kind of interesting. Like they're actually like patching up something there from like a million years ago that no one cares about. But that's hilarious.
That's a Ian pointed out something to the writers moment.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, now it's with Pseudosonic because funny, haha.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
It still doesn't result in anything interesting because
Exactly, yeah.
once the 40 Fathoms Freedom Fighters show up, you just get the same. Well, it's Gallagher and Monarch. They write extremely sort of cartoonish and sort of silly action bits. I will note, Coconuts is among the decommissioned badniks, but Scratch and Grounder aren't.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
That is
They
odd
usually go together.
Especially being stories we'll see later tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't get to that yet, but that
Not
is
yet,
funny.
Not yet.
I noted here that it's like the writer seems to know that the 45 Freedom Fighters are like kind of pathetic because like they're like evenly matched with these classic badniks. Like low key, like they're almost about to get destroyed by Pseudosonic here.
Right. Oh, I didn't think of that. It's a meta commentary. It's so self-aware. I mean they struggle and then they stop struggling is the thing.
Yeah,
I guess because
basically.
Robot leaves, he was the one holding the team together. But he
Yeah,
goes
Robot's the MVP,
he goes
apparently.
to activate the big Pseudosonic, and he takes a swing at them, and he says he's cool for exactly one panel before the whale just squashes him.
I love that. I love that actually, because the 45 Freedom Fighters are so forgettable that I forgot about Fluke, and then when Fluke showed up, I'm like, oh yeah, this was a guy, huh?
And that's why he's
I was-
named that. It's a fluke.
It's funny. I was even spending this time thinking it was when Giant Pseudo showed up. I'm sitting here thinking, well, didn't they have a whale?
Anyway, that's it. They saved the day, and they're like, and we literally. It is incredible just how much Gallagher and Monarch have not changed an iota in how they write these, because we even end on a Sonic asking kids to write in if they like seeing the fucking sea creatures again.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not the 90s anymore. No one.
I mean,
writes
you
in the
still could
comics.
write in at this point, but
Actually, I know people did write in at this point, or at least sent art. Actually, no, people. I don't think people have been sending art in yet.
I don't.
There's no art on the scans we're reading right now.
Yeah.
But I found this slightly amusing because it's like, in the background you've got like Robotnik massacring everyone, or not really, but almost. And then here you've just got like old badniks fighting sea creatures. It's such a sharp contrast. I can't help
really
but find it a
is.
little funny.
It is funny. So, yeah. Moving on. Sonic the Hedgehog at number 186. This is a pretty cool cover.
I really like this cover. It makes
Oh,
it
yeah, I
seem
like
like
this
this is going to
cover.
be more interesting than it is, unfortunately.
Puppets. Awesome. That's basically all there is to say on the matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mogul Rising Part 2, Devil's Due, Flynn and Herms/Yardley. And you really can see just the contrast in the styles, because Sonic in the top right here very much looks like a Yardley drawing. Sonic in the bottom right on the character profiles, kind of a completely different style from Herms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, Mogul has control over Mina, Tails, and Mighty. Sonic can hold up against his friends, but is he fast enough to keep all three safe in the process? And, Sonic is running from his friends. And, I like Mogul talking through them.
I mean, I get he is locked up, so if he wants to Speak to Sonic.
And he's saying, "Let me out already."
Yeah.
But yeah, they attack him out in the middle of this field here. Doing the stalling tactics in Sonic's case as Mo was trying to talk to him. But hey, Ash does something useful. He keeps Mina from attacking Sonic.
Yeah, wow, surprising.
And yes, in turn, Sonic holds back Tails, and Mogul is like, shoot, I'm not gonna win this with just 3 guys, because more people are gonna wake up and come help.
Right.
So he makes Tails fly away, and he makes Mina and Mighty run off. And it's like, oh, what are we doing here? So Ash is like, what the hell's going on? And Sonic's like, well, I think it's time to find out, so we'll go to the prison.
Yeah.
Sorry, very very straightforward. I'm trying to make commentary, but I'm not doing a good job. No,
this is a very straightforward plot.
This is very straightforward. There's not a whole lot to have commentary on.
They go to the prison, and they talk to Mogul, and he says, just let me out, and they'll be fine. And Sonic's like, well, no, tell me what's going on with my friends. He's like, oh, I'll tell you. He's very happy to explain this part. He is forcing Tails to fly higher and higher into the sky until probably he can't breathe anymore and falls.
Until he gets tired and falls, I think.
He says passes out from the thin atmosphere, so...
Oh, no, he does. Shit.
I guess that's both.
I guess either way, yeah.
He has sent Mina out running on top of the water of the ocean, and if you don't let me out, she will stop. And Mighty is just walking directly into New Megapolis.
He couldn't think of anything better.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
It's so lazy.
Yeah. But they're all in different directions, and it's like, oh, are you fast enough to save all 3? And I'm for some reason reminded of that Adventures of Sonic episode with the 3 bombs.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that episode. It's funny because it might have ended just like that, except Ash is here.
Yeah, basically. I like that he directly references the kind of thing Sonic would do, because it happened back in the Robotnik assault, getting everyone to New Metropolis in the first place, where he's like, oh, well, you try to coordinate this rescue with anyone other than just yourself? And it's like, well, it's like you wouldn't be able to find their locations in time. And it's all basically just a big, like, oh, you think I'm a pathetic villain just because I've been written as one? Well... Too bad. They actually wanted me to be cool, and now I'm doing that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start killing people. I mean, as we've said, people can die now.
I mean, if you're saying this makes Mogul look cool, I mean, it is cooler than everything they've done before, but that's not hard.
Yeah.
But
this seems more
basic hostage strategy. Basically, is all this is.
Yeah, this just seems more desperate to me than cool.
Yeah. I mean, yes, and that isn't wrong. I mean, he's got basically no power. I don't know why he's pretending to hold a Chaos Emerald here when he's not. I mean, I guess it's a hologram. He's saying, you'll bring me a Chaos Emerald, so I guess that's fine. The point is, he's got Sonic in a bind, and Sonic acquiesces to that.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, I feel like it's Ash being here that makes that happen, really, because Sonic is, thinking about this, then Ash is like, okay, you're great, we get it, what do you want? We'll listen to you. It's interesting. That's how that goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, imagine if Sonic said, no, I'll do it all myself, and then failed, and, Mina died or something. That would be really bad.
That'd be
insane.
It's
a little telling, though, because, maybe Sonic's gotten better at this point, but Sonic has had a thing lately about, nah, I can just do it, a lot. So who knows how that would have gone.
Yeah. There's been a lot of death and destruction in his life recently, so...
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and... This is a case of, clearly Nicole doesn't know what's going on, because Sonic calls her there, and she's like, Sonic, Ash, what's going on? And he's like, where's the Chaos Emerald? And she's like, Castle Acorn. And then he just runs out, and they break in to steal it.
Once again, Sonic doing something rash that is probably very illegal.
It's also odd because, are you that sure that she would have said no if you asked for it?
I mean, I would have assumed Nicole would have just said, no, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to let the other guys die either, is the thing. So I don't know.
No, but Nicole would have likely been like Sally and would have tried to think about things logically. And this is not a time to be thinking about things.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I do like that as they're doing all this, it's almost completely silent for 2 pages. And we get shots of them running in parallel with the other ticking timers going on.
Right.
Yeah, it's a neat image.
The Dark Egg Legion has already adapted to New Metropolis. They're showing Mighty with the in the headlights of the Eggmobiles.
Mhm.
So yeah, Sonic gets the emerald. He breaks Mogul out, and then Mogul chaos explodes and breaks the other guys out of their cells too.
He does
I
need
hate
his goon.
this.
I don't like it, but he needs his goon.
Oh, I don't hate them breaking out and taking their goons. I hate the fact that they just give them the Chaos Emerald. Now Mogul has their emerald back.
Yeah, I don't like
Dude,
that.
Flynn, why did you go through all the trouble to depower Mogul and then just give it right back to them? Like, Mogul did almost nothing in the interim. There was like one thing they tried, but it was ultra pathetic, even by their standards. Why do this? The thing is, I mean, maybe this will be important later, but like, Anishi's recovering tonight. They don't even do anything with this. Like, why does Mogul need their emerald?
Really.
Well, I think it's that they had a new idea for Mogul's status quo in mind a while ago, and the prison was basically just like, we need to stick you in a box for a while until we can actually get things sorted out to put you there.
Roundabout way of doing things, but oh well.
Yeah. I also think, like, I don't know, like, yes, we need to have other guys, but I feel like Mogul would be good as a villain who obeys the letter of the law but not the spirit, and I don't know, breaking out all the other guys is like a little much on my belief.
I think Mogul just doesn't want to make unnecessary enemies, because you know that these goons, I mean, they would be
resent him
annoyed
if he
about
broke
that.
out without them.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's also like he doesn't even fight, he's just going home now.
Yeah. So like there was this whole thing about like, oh, I gotta remake my fearsome foursome, and like they're like, welcome to the fearsome foursome, Sonic, and they're just like, all right, well, I'm done with that. Bye. Like,
I
why'd
guess
you
he-
make a big deal about that if it
I
didn't
guess
matter?
the idea is he only needed them for that moment.
Yeah, I don't know. He says he's tired of fighting and losing all the time, and he doesn't want to bother being a big, loud villain anymore. He's biding his time. He's all of it, all his time. He's
Yeah. I mean, he does point out that like he does have the time advantage, being he's immortal.
yeah, he's like, I don't need to fight you. I'll just outlive you, and I'll fuck with you the whole way until that happens. Starting by breaking some
Hell,
guys
not
out of prison.
Hell, not even fuck with Sonic. Fuck with his descendant.
Yeah, so actually, more than that, Mogul here is like, I've realized that like I'm like cosmically cursed. It's like the way they put it. They're like,
Basically,
fate will
yeah.
always turn against me. Like, Mogul is like, if I just went all out with my emerald here, like I would just lose somehow.
I'd
I'm
still
sure of
somehow-
that.
Exactly. Yeah, he literally basically just says, I still somehow lose in a fight, so I'm just not going to fight.
I can't believe that Mogul has become trope savvy. Like they realize they're just the kind of villain that if they go all out, then the heroes just get powered up as well. So they're just like, well, I'll take the slow and careful path. That is hilarious, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's another one of those good ideas, questionable execution moments.
Yeah.
And also, it lines up because, he's looked like Kingpin for years. This is the closest he's come to ever actually acting that way, and we
He's
will see
kind
more of that.
acting like Kingpin, yeah.
Oh yeah, where he goes after this, good, but this weird, but whatever,
is
it's
fucking
fine.
weird.
It's a little sloppy, I admit. But yeah, he teleports all the baddies out of there, and the day is not exactly saved, but Sonic's friends aren't dead.
Bean
Yeah,
says
what
a tearful goodbye.
Yeah,
Bean is
I do.
hilarious.
I
do
love
like
Bean.
that, yeah. So yeah, not exactly a happy ending, but all's well that ends well. We'll leave tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's us.
Hmm.
And hey, a meaningful backup story. Honor-bound Flynn and Yardley. After his wave of destruction as Enerjack, Knuckles is conflicted about his role as Guardian, his relation to his friends, and whether he really belongs among his people. So yeah, we're at Albion, Knuckles gliding above, and honestly, it's been so long, I'm sure we've seen it here and there. Knuckles gliding is such a rarity in these comics.
It is.
Yeah.
Anyway, he is feeling lots of shame for his actions as Enerjack, understandably.
I guess understandably. I mean, no, I guess.
Well, it makes sense that they'd feel that way, but yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
confusing how much they really are to blame for that.
That's the thing I'm thinking is like he doesn't. It doesn't feel like he should really feel like he's to blame.
Well,
But I get why he would feel some level of
here's the thing.
shame or
Even if it was
disappointment.
100% mind control, he would still be feeling incredibly guilty anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that we have that gray area that makes it,
Sure.
Anyway, rebuilding things at Albion. Well, frankly, nobody looks that unhappy is the thing. You know, Remington's
No.
okay. He's directing things. We get to see Lorelei, Windmaker, and Kneecaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knuckles does not talk to them, even though they clearly want to see him. Instead, he uses the warp ring he took to go to Sandopolis to see Helmut von Stryker.
Oh my gosh.
He is back in charge of the dingoes. We heard that he was still alive and got exiled to the desert.
Yeah.
And holy shit, that's Catweasel on his shoulder.
I was struggling to remember the fucking bird's name. I kept wanting to call him Cat something.
Yeah,
In my
you
notes a couple times I accidentally wrote cat shit.
close
did-
enough.
He did poop on Vector that one time, let's not
He
forget.
did. That's probably why I thought of that over Catweasel.
But you know that Knuckles is in a slump if they don't instantly get fired up into a fury just at the sight of Catweasel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think putting him with Von Stryker is good, because it makes him, like, part of his design. Because he's got this big cloak on now.
He does
Yeah, they
kind of
need
look
to-
cool.
The new design is kind of neat.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, the dingoes they're doing all right, he says.
Yeah,
And,
they're rebuilding. They're like they're rebuilding, kind of like the echidnas.
yeah.
Yep, some symmetry there.
Yeah. And Knuckles apologizes on behalf of mostly himself. I wrote that I thought he was apologizing on behalf of everything Echidnaopolis did to his people, but he doesn't say that.
No, it's really just on behalf of
Yeah, just for the Enerjack stuff, including killing Cage.
which Stryker doesn't even seem to really be that concerned about that fact.
He says
they're
Cage
more-
was a traitor,
Yeah.
but he also
Yeah,
Lauren,
go.
go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say he hesitates to call him my son, so there's
Right.
clearly some conflict there. Actually, he sheds a tear as
There's-
Knuckles is leaving, so I don't know if I'd say he doesn't care.
There's
Yeah.
some level of animosity between him and Cage, though, or what?
They definitely care.
Sure.
Even though they don't want to admit it, which is interesting. Like Cage kind of just showed up, not much happened with him, and then they died. So I appreciate they're adding a little bit more to their character
Sure.
retroactively.
Yeah, I would say that this whole conversation gives the profound impression that Knuckles and Von Stryker and the writers are kind of tired of them having any particular conflict.
Well, that's fair, honestly.
And it's always been a weird thing, because whether the dingoes are sympathetic or not has always been such a weird dichotomy for us.
Yeah, I've never been sure if they wanted us to sympathize with the dingoes or to think of them as military bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's confusing because you don't always know if it's like just being written badly. But I always gave it the benefit of the doubt of like it's a complicated situation and they're not a monolithic group.
Sure.
But yeah, I like the angle that they're going with it now, where it's like, you know, so much has been going on. It's like, yeah, they can have a frank conversation at this point.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So we get back another look at the Chaotix, the rest of them, that is. They've built a
Right.
bridge to the Emerald Altar. It's very Sonic Adventure 1 looking now.
Yeah.
They've also apparently been having Ray spy on Knuckles, but he failed because he used the warp ring. Which is funny, because then Knuckles is hiding in the bushes looking at them, and Rouge
Spying on
managed to
them.
track him down no problem.
I mean,
Of
that
course.
doesn't surprise me with Rouge.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just funny.
Yeah, that is funny, but it doesn't surprise me that she'd be able to find Knuckles pretty quickly.
Yep. And we unfortunately see that Knuckles has gotten himself into a bit of a bad mindset when she talks to him. He basically blames the fact that he left Angel Island to fight Robotnik for everything that happened. He's essentially saying, my dad was right and now he's dead, and I'm so...
Oh boy.
I'm so wrong. It's like, oh god, man, no. It's
Oh,
not even that I think
boy.
it's wrong for him to, character-wise, that it's wrong to write him like this, because I get it, but it's like,
Oh,
he's
that's-
so not right in, narratively speaking.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I really like this. It's a completely natural reaction. You know, like a figure you had problems with dying and then being like, well, maybe they were probably
Maybe
right.
they were right. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't want them to spiral, too far into this, but
Right. From a
Yeah.
writing standpoint, I can see that.
Well, because I mean that's real, honestly. Like
Yeah.
if there's someone that you maybe had really conflicted feelings on, but then they die when you, or even just that person is not part of your life anymore. You can romanticize the memory of them and what they believed in, even if it
Sure.
was not necessarily right.
mm-hmm.
Rouge does push back on this in a good way, I would say. She's like,
Yeah.
the Guardians were a dead end. Eggman is still the biggest threat. The Dark Legion is working with him now. I don't know if she says that part, but it's like you tell him what he needs to hear, and I don't think he's completely back to normal, but it does. It is. You're the Guardian, but you need to help Sonic too.
It does kind of get him out of his funk.
Yeah, and it leads to him going back to see his friends.
Yeah, like they seem like completely like fine after this, which maybe we'll see that's not true later on. It feels a little cheap. I actually kind of liked the development. Like I said, I wouldn't want Knuckles to be like, "Oh, I'm going to rebuild the Guardian" or something. That'd be really stupid. Don't bring
That'd
back
be
the
dumb,
Brotherhood.
yeah.
But I did like that they're like, "Oh, I'm going to hyper focus on protecting Angel Island now." I thought that was an
Sure.
interesting turn. So
That-
it's just completely 180 on that from Rouge just talking to them. It's like,
Yes, I would say it's not that bad. It's Knuckles is still not, he's not just like back to what he was before. It's mostly just that he stops avoiding people in this case.
Sure.
okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, Knuckles goes to see his friends, feels good, and that means Rouge is back to normal, right? No. For some
No, she
fucking
isn't.
reason in this last panel, just get rid of this last panel, or I don't know, she turns back into Mean Girls mode. It's like, oh, you're gullible, I'm gonna manipulate you somehow. What is going on with you?
I mean, I don't hate this. I don't even think it is illogical.
I just
like
don't like
yeah,
this change in like why she's doing this.
Yeah, it's like,
I
what
mean,
do you want from him?
From a writing, I don't understand.
I mean, if the reason that they're doing this is stupid, that's fair. I don't really know the reason that they're doing this. I just assume either it's some selfish scheme for gems, or it's an assignment from Gunn, or something to that effect.
I would accept it for assignment from Gunn, but if it's just Rouge being, Mean Girls Rouge, as Devin's put it, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know, it gets on my nerves.
No, I get that.
Anyway, let's leave that behind. Sonic number 187. Hey, there's Scratch and Grounder.
Oh hey, yeah.
Oh boy.
Sonic versus everyone, it says, which is basically just the Goon Squad, the Hooligans, and Scratch and Grounder and Coconuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, this story is called Mr. Popular, Flynn and Herms. No Yardley this time, so, just Herms style straight. Mammoth Mogul retires to be the owner and operator of Casino Night Zone, but his newfound wealth can fund some major problems for the heroes. And,
I see what you did there. When they called Knack the Weasel a feigned sniper, very clever.
oh, yeah, I see that, yeah. So, yeah, we had Mean Girls Rouge in the last issue. Now she's here helping the heroes, and she's just, like, normal and good for these issues, so she's fine.
Yeah, no, she's not bad.
And she's here with Jeffrey. Holy shit, we haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they're on an undercover mission to Casino Night. And the Adventures of Sonic Badniks are here. Scratch is a bouncer.
I guess. I mean, I knew these comics would bring them back eventually.
I think it's fun. I think that the club being owned by Mogul is cool. I like that the Misfit Badniks are the employees.
I like the Badniks as the employees. I just don't like Scratch and Grounder.
Well, you don't have to hear their voices here, so it's fine.
That's true. That does help.
Yeah. And he is here. He's all dolled up in his purple suit today.
Looking a bit more like a pimp, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got the cane and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the big hat.
Yeah. He does not directly antagonize the spy duo. He's just like, oh, you're here. Interesting. I'm going to go meet with some guys.
Yep, they're playing it cool. There's a really deep and random callback when when Jeffrey is like, "Oh, so you cleaned out the old Robo Hobo jungle." That's such a deep callback that they didn't even put an editor's note there. But I remember that location. That showed up like
Oh man, I
once or
don't.
twice, maybe. Oh, that's crazy.
I don't remember what that is.
Yeah, neither did I.
It did show up in a comic. It was just like a junkyard where discarded
Huh.
badniks were. So apparently that place has all of them are now employed by Mogul, I assume. If you were wondering about
Interesting.
that.
Good to
Fascinating.
know.
Okay.
And that's funny because they do give us a flashback panel just to say, "Hey, those misfit badniks, you got them."
Okay, that is I can't believe that. So like I get that Coconuts is like often portrayed as a single character, but like you didn't have to write an explanation. It's not even an explanation either. It's just like, oh, I crawled out of the ocean. Okay, I could have inferred that if you were going to say it was the same Coconuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's neat.
I like most of it. I just
Yeah.
you know.
I mean they they also mentioned the bottom of the barrel bar and grill, which I think was a
That
joke
also.
from like Sonic number 2. It was in there in Casino Night or
Yeah,
something like that.
I'd also forgotten
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. All these callbacks, crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yeah. There's just it's classic badniks. That's what they're gonna
But
do, I guess.
that's basically the back area where all the goons are hanging out. Sorry, voice crack there. And Sleuth is like, he's not happy that like, hey, you know, when Eggman bombed all of us in Darkest Storm, you rescued yourself, but not the rest of us. And he's like, okay, well, I'll give you some money if you fuck up Sonic. And it's like, no harm done. I do love his line here. I'll pay handsomely for the shoes of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's up to you if his feet are still in them.
Jesus
Uh-huh.
Christ.
And yeah, meanwhile, Merlin is making sure the curses from last time from both Mogul and Finitos actually are just gone from the heroes. Just want to make sure.
Right.
Yeah, because like apparently they're turning the fact that Supersonic happened from the Master Emerald into a mystery. Good job. Like you didn't explain it, and now you're saying, "Oh, that's really mysterious." Yeah, you totally. It's very clever. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you wanted a cool moment, and now you're having to backtrack, explain it.
Well, I don't know. I think it's more that Sonic is asking not how the Master Emerald turned him super, but how he was able to turn super at all if it had the hex on it. I think the idea that he could turn super from it is
guess.
treated as a given.
Okay.
guess.
Well, then they then they made up a different mystery. I didn't care about that. I just assumed it was locked from like Echidna focus or something because it's Echidna nonsense and
Yeah, I mean,
hedgehogs
it's
work different.
Sonic he's pure of heart. It's fine, whatever, who cares? Yeah, I don't know. But you know, he's been here for Tails for a while, but Tails has his parents back now and not in prison. I don't know where this guy was during the whole House of Cards stuff, but it's
Smartly not around.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for me to go back to being a nomadic hobo. So he says a nice goodbye to Tails. Yeah. So bye Merlin. I don't remember if you do anything else in these comics. We'll see. Meanwhile, Sonic and Sally just kind of hang out and talk about stuff, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
Character moments.
it's nice actually seeing them interact beyond just work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say, this whole conversation, it does sort of sell how they've been through a lot of shit when they just lay it all out like this.
Yeah.
And it definitely sort of teases some relationship stuff.
Oh boy.
Well, it's not that bad. Like Sally apologizes for the slap, Sonic makes a joke about it, and it's clearly like, oh, we're gonna have some lingering feelings. It even looks like they're gonna lean in to smooch.
Yeah, no. I just don't it harkens back to a time in these comics that I did not particularly like.
We've got romantic PTSD.
Basically.
It's
Thankfully
really
Bean throws a grenade.
Yeah, it's all a build up for an excellent page turn where they get a bomb between them.
Yeah, thankfully a grenade interrupt. Cool.
yeah.
Thanks,
I
Bean.
think they're just saying don't worry about it. Like the editor's note even calls it the slap, like you've been calling it. It like they're making fun of it.
I even put it in quotations. They
Yeah.
know.
It's very much signaling to the audience, like, even if we do romantic stuff, it's never gonna be like it was.
Right.
And even as much as we don't like House of Cards, it isn't like it was. That story arc is not like anything that came before it.
True.
Anyway, action time. Bean is here, Bark is with him, and Sonic very easily deduces, oh, I guess Mogul paid for this, which I guess is fair enough. He took all of them with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is maybe the first time anyone points out that Bark is mute, and that's a trait that followed him into main canon. They just kind of did that, so that's weird.
I feel like that's a good trait for Bark.
I don't need him to talk. He speaks with his loud fists.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, they keep fighting, and I love Sally and Bean here. She grabs the bomb and she convinces him, well, hey, you like shiny objects, don't you? This bomb is shiny.
Yeah, she learned one thing from Fiona, I guess, that Bean is attracted to shiny things.
This is so funny. I love Bean. Bean is the best.
Oh, I love Bean.
And
I
they
wish we'd see him more.
They chase. We actually have been seeing him a lot.
We have been seeing him quite a bit.
He's like a mainstay villain at this point. It feels like.
I guess more so. I want him to continue to be a mainstay villain.
We'll see, I suppose. I like that. Yeah, they chase after the shiny bomb, and then they're like, "Yep, arf, polar bear's name," which. Okay, wait a minute. If they're like not just hypnotized by the shininess and they're like in the right enough mind to make a joke like that, I get the total feeling that Bean is not taking this very seriously and they're just having a ball.
Oh, I get the impression Bean isn't taking anything seriously ever.
Bean is just fucking around, and here's the thing. You say making a joke, and he's not doing that, but, like, how aware he is of anything that he is saying is extremely variable.
Oh yeah, I'm not convinced he's fully self-aware.
I don't know when we'll get to one of my favorite jokes with Bean that also is something that they carry into canon once they start doing classic Sonic comics. Yeah. Sonic is like, nice one, Sally, and then gets punted off the cliff by a fist. And this unfortunately throws him into the thick of the proper members of the Goon Squad showing up.
Right.
Because Bean and Bark are kind of separate from that. And honestly, it's like, when the Destructics show up, I'm like, oh, these guys aren't as fun to fight.
They really aren't.
It's because they all fight the same way, which is they punch you.
They punch you and they all have the same personality. Not
for the most part, yeah. They do stuff
particularly interesting.
Yeah, they haven't really done much to differentiate them as of now.
Exactly.
Now, that being said, it's not like this is bad action. You get cool panel compositions. You get Sonic doing the tornado spin and stuff, and it's fine. Sonic tricks Simeon into punching Drago again.
Good.
I'm so glad that you pointed out that Drago has to get hit in the face.
I've been trying to keep an eye on that every time we see Drago.
Yeah, and I will say, I love Sally's gambit here. She basically says, hey, you guys are kind of separate from the rest of the Goon Squad. How about if I give you money to fight on Sonic's side?
Don't forget about the cupcakes.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. I love that Bean is
Bean just brings up cupcakes.
They're convincing themselves. Like they're so eager to just do a silly side switch for almost no reason. They're just gonna throw in cupcakes. It's always like
he just makes up the cupcakes.
Being royalty gives Sally a lot of resources, so a lot of resources equals cupcakes.
It's I wish by the end of this story that they did find a way to give Bean cupcakes.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
It's not really the direction they take.
Cupcakes.
Yeah,
not really.
And yeah, it does end up happening. It's charm, that's what it really is being portrayed here. It's the SEGA charm that they have over the Destructics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also funny because SEGA had nothing to do with their personalities in these comics.
Yeah, calling it the SEGA charm, I'm not sure that's 100%.
Yeah, I will say that their designs are better than the Destructics for the most part, just in that they didn't have to be retrofitted to a Sonic style. They were already in it.
Yeah, they're already a Sonic style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although that being said, the way that the artwork has made character designs that previously looked completely alien fit in with the Sonic characters is pretty cool.
Sure.
Yeah, that's been an underrated aspect of just Yardley doing the visual direction for other artists in general.
Right.
Yeah, like looking at the members here, like you can definitely recognize Drago as Drago, but Drago looks a lot different from the way they did when they were originally introduced, for
He's
instance.
looking
Yeah.
at least a bit more like an actual Sonic character. He's still not quite perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, even
Uh,
just down to, putting cuffs on the boots and gloves can do a lot
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Bean calls Predator Hawk an Armada deserter, which is
Hawk
that like a
then
part of
even-
the character I forgot about?
Well, and Hawk then also throws it right back at Bean.
These are things that they talk about. If basically any bird other than like Harvey Who or Dr. Quack or something will mention the Armada at some part, because I totally spaced that Jet totally did mention it before. So they're building to something there.
Wait a minute. This couldn't possibly be the birds, the famous bird army, from the games.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my gosh, that's genius. I'm so
No,
looking
no,
forward to that.
No, that's definitely smart. It's just like it came a little out of left field from something from a spin-off game that like 4 people played, with basically
Right.
us and one other person.
We will get to the Tales of Adventure adaptation, and you know what? I think it's pretty cool.
That's right. The classic already didn't.
Well, they sort of did. They adapted the
Oh.
machines from it.
Yeah, they adapted
the
the machines.
Seafox.
I'm talking about like the plot.
No, and yeah, instead they gave you Crocbot.
A
Well,
worthy
okay, that's
sacrifice.
good. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, a worthy sacrifice.
Anyway, speaking of Sega characters, Fang shoots Sonic in the head with a tranquilizer dart.
Sonic probably deserved it. He's smoking. It's a stun bolt. It's not a trank dart.
Okay, well, it's not a bullet that would kill him. is the point.
No.
Although, granted,
I still
Sonic
stand by
might survive
probably
that at this
deserved
point.
it. Yeah, at this point, Archie Sonic is like so disgustingly powerful when the plot needs him to be that he could probably survive a bullet.
Yeah. Anyway,
Who knows?
Sonic gets kidnapped, and the hooligans heel turn back again.
Yeah, they're like, well, I guess we lost, so I'll just join the winners.
Yeah,
I'll just pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, we'll just go back to our job for Mogul. You know what? Error.
Yeah, it is funny though.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah.
The funny thing is that Fang wasn't even hired for this job.
No, he just has a vendetta against Sonic at this point, I think.
Makes total sense.
Oh yeah, no,
Basically.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so he says, all right, you guys take Sonic and go, whatever. Instead, I'm gonna kill you, Sally, but I'll give you a head start, so run away.
Okay, this is kind of a stupid moment. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh wow, like Sally's on their back foot. What's she gonna do? Like, girl,
She's gonna-
Knack
it's-
is like 5 feet away from you. Everyone else is in the truck, and Knack is like adjusting their hat. Like,
Yeah,
just
kick him
tackle
in the face.
Yeah.
Has his
Yeah.
neck ever been shown to be particularly proficient with his fists?
I don't think so.
So
He almost
Sally
always
could probably
uses
just
guns.
Sally could probably just beat his ass.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not even got his scary red eyes anymore. He's finally back to blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it is. I think it's all for the cliffhanger that he would act aloof and that Sally would immediately go along with him hunting her.
God. Yes.
So, yeah, disappointed in that part. But moving along here, Sonic number 188. There's a Sonic-shaped hole in my Sonic-shaped heart. This is beating the house, Flynn and Herms. Sonic has been kidnapped by the Goon Squad on orders of Mammoth Mogul. Those 4 hired henchmen don't stand a chance, but can the heroes outsmart a conniving immortal businessman?
Damn.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So, Sonic recaps everything in the prisoner truck. I assume he's still in the truck right now.
Yes, I think he is.
I don't know. But by the time we see him again, he's in the casino area, so close enough.
Yeah.
So he recaps everything. Sally is running from Fang's gun.
Love he complains about the secret entrance.
I love that Sally
Like he
uses the tree slide.
I like that. Well, I also like that Fang expects her to what? Do you expect her to play fair and just run around in the open?
Yeah. I do like that aspect that Fang would just Fang is interesting in these comics because I really just I don't know. They feel like they try to make him hateable on purpose and it just works. But I feel like most villains that they do that with, I end up liking, if that makes sense.
Well, there's a difference between like hating and hating liking, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like he's a very unlikable dickhead. And
Well,
it's
I
not
don't
really
hate Fang, but I also don't like him.
Yeah. He just doesn't have any redeeming qualities, I guess is what it is. But it's also that they don't expect you to like him anyway, so I can hardly say that it's bad writing.
He's deliciously hateable.
Yeah.
A weird way of putting it.
Anyway, yeah, so Sally takes the tree slide, which is a nice callback. Amy is the only one home, but that's all we need, because it's Amy.
Yeah.
Yep, Amy, who can just summon hammers, and when they're summoned, they say Pico.
Yeah, they literally show clouds of smoke to show it's literally appearing out of thin air and not just Amy pulling it from wherever.
From hammer space. It's literally appearing. I mean, I guess everyone else has a strange superpower, except Sally. Sally's superpower is money.
Apparently. Dad's money is my superpower.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
what it is now, at least.
No, but I do think it's odd just because, like, you're making that textual. Because the thing with hammer space is that it's not a literal space most of the time. It's literally just, you know,
a hidden place that you pull stuff out of.
This is Amy's
like,
weapon,
physically.
And where could she keep it when it's that big? And the answer is it's a cartoon. Don't think too hard about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And with Sonic X, where she throws 1 billion of them at the egg carrier or whatever, what was it? The combined egg carrier thing? Doesn't matter. When she does that, like, that's a joke. You know, it's like that's just meant to be silly.
Wrong people, which one it was?
Here, it's like, you know, I'm almost expecting, like, Fang takes a shot at her, and she summons the hammer to block the shot or something like that.
Okay, that would be amazing, but no, I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's just odd. It doesn't really matter, I guess, at the end of the day, but...
Not particularly.
Yeah. But, yeah, Fang follows Sally through the tree slide, he gets down there, and Sally is just sitting there, but then Amy comes up behind him because he didn't know she was there, and that's it.
Crisis averted.
Yeah.
If you had framed this as Sally pretending to be in real danger just to lure him into the trap, that would be one thing, but she didn't know Amy was there as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so he takes a beating, and then they just kind of go. They don't, like, throw him in prison or anything. They do say, Nicole, take care of things here, so maybe she'll do it?
I guess so.
We gotta go save Sonic. Bigger problems.
Yes, that is true. I guess if you say take care of it, I guess the real litmus test is, will we see Fang in prison the next time we see him?
Fair, yeah.
I think it's actually explicitly said that they escape.
Oh, shit. Well, damn.
Oh, is it? Damn.
Yeah, later.
Well, anyway, Sonic is in the casino's back room being harassed by the SSSSS squad.
Who doesn't remember that's what they're called? Well, I mean, they remember the abbreviation, but they don't remember what it stands for. I'm sorry, but you can't include Scratch here laughing, and there's not enough ha-has in their speech bubble to be their iconic laugh. How dare you?
Yeah, there's only 2 instead of 3, because it's bwa-ha-ha-ha. Yeah, there should be...
Exactly.
Yeah. Ian, you fucked up.
Yeah.
God.
I will say, like, he fought these guys, like, once... And this is clearly, like, I'm writing it knowing that people reading this may have watched Adventures of Sonic.
Yeah, I mean, when they first appeared in these comics, it felt like it was just like an advertisement for Adventures of Sonic, and then they just disappeared because they weren't actually part of the plot. So, yeah, they basically came from the show.
Yeah, it's from the show, yeah. So, the Goon Squad basically just says, hey, don't stop Sonic from breaking out, because he has a habit of doing that. And I like that Sleuth says that Drago shouldn't be making fun of coconuts because Drago is so weak coconuts could beat him.
The Drago disrespect is top tier. Well, because first Drago is like, all right, listen here, monkey boy. And then Sleuth is like, shut up, Drago. Listen here, monkey boy. And then they hit him with the, yeah, coconuts could take you in a fight, which they could.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Apparently, yeah. Because I haven't seen Drago... I don't know if he's landed a successful hit on anybody recently. Now I'm scrolling back to check the fight with Sonic.
I wouldn't be surprised if he hasn't.
Nope, he did not land a single hit in that battle.
That sounds about right.
Accurate.
Yeah. Anyway, Sally and Amy arrive at the casino, and hey, I think that blue guy on the wall there is Sonic, actually, from Ian Flynn's old fan comic.
Oh shit!
Blue guy on the wall. Oh.
Huh. Bottom panel.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
I think that is Sonic from the other M fan comic.
Damn.
Huh.
Other M, by the way, being a thing that Ian Flynn named a comic, and it used to mean something other than ruining Metroid. But yeah, Jeffrey's here, and he's like, "Hey guys, what are you doing here?" Or rather, he says, "Hey guys." Amy says, "What are you doing here?"
Right.
And yeah, he's here with Rouge, as we say. Sonic is in the back room, so we should head for the back room. And yeah, I don't know. Oh, actually, here's something to mention. Sally asks if Hershey is here with them, and Jeffrey says no, she went to go work with Gunn on something. That will be a relevant plot point later.
All right.
Okay, good to know. I figured that was just a hand wavy. Oh, that's why Rouge is here.
Well, that is part of it.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess they traded Hershey for Rouge.
yeah.
Which is a bit of an odd decision. I don't know why you wouldn't just make Hershey do this, but whatever.
Rouge is up to something.
Yeah.
Rouge
Well,
is
it's
the
funny
main
because it's like, oh, I
character.
lost contact with Rouge. Oh, here she is. And she's like, oh, well, I found the back room, so let's go there. And, well, here's two panels I've seen posted out of context a lot of times being just annoying Sonic.
I like these panels. I like the are you and the princess going to marry and have mutant hedge squirrel babies, and Sonic's terrified look.
I thought the dialogue here was edited.
I've seen this before and I really figured it was edited.
Yeah, no, it's real.
My
And
gosh.
yeah, Sonic's expression of what the fuck is wrong with you is palpable.
That is a good expression. That would make a good emote for basically.
I'll add it to the server. No,
Sick.
and of course, here's the thing that is like, how do you get it through your head that such a thing could exist? Because there are interspecies, interracial, whatever you want to call them, whatever couples in this series all the time. And it's pretty clear that when you have a kid in this series, they're just one or the other, given that we've literally seen Sonic and Sally's children.
Right.
Bean hasn't seen 25 years later.
That's
Oh, of
true.
course. He doesn't. I don't know how babies work. I can believe that.
Bean probably doesn't actually.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah,
he
yeah, now that I'm
doesn't.
saying it. Is Bean a child? I don't know how old he is.
Yes. He is, yes.
Boy, that would have been a way to make Mannequin Sonia the kids more distinct, is make them switch which one is which gender. Have the boy be a chipmunk and the girl be a hedgehog.
Sure.
Or just try to make them actual characters.
Well,
that
okay,
too.
that's pushing too hard. You gotta remember who's writing this shit. It was Ken Penders.
Fair point.
Anyway, everybody breaks in and fights. Except Rouge, because she doesn't want to ruin her nice dress.
Fair.
So,
I like Sonic dragging Bean across the bar, and he's just having the time of his life still.
yeah, he's literally going, wee! Yeah. So, Jeffrey lets Sonic out of his cuffs. He does that. I like, you say he's having the time of his life, and then he slams his fucking head into the wall.
And they'll bounce back.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I like that the Badniks don't even fight. They just hide behind the counter the whole time.
I mean, yeah, the Badniks are completely outclassed at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically admit as much. They're just like,
Yeah.
I miss the good old days.
Hmm?
When Amy wasn't like, wielding a hammer, smashing everything.
Yeah. Sally kicks Drago in the face, and...
Cool, he gets hit
Nice.
again.
Okay, so Rouge's thing here is weird. She gives Sleuth this instruction that we don't see what it is right now, and says Mogul paid her for the effort. And this was, like, completely confusing to me. And yeah, it's obviously supposed to be confusing because they reveal what it is at the end, but it's like, in the moment reading this, it's like, what? What the fuck? Rouge's double agent? What?
Even at the end, this is just like, it just doesn't seem like a Rouge thing to do. Like, in my mind, Rouge is a simple character. Gems, they will go for no matter what. And if Gunn tells them to do something, they'll follow orders because they're a secret agent. That's what they do. But Mogul just offering them money? Huh? Really?
Yeah, well, it's just that that's what it is. She's so self-interested in these comics, but she really isn't most of the time in the games. Like, okay, she likes gems.
Really?
She never works for the villains in the games. Even in SA2, she's a double agent for Gunn, who are only kind of the villains incidentally in that game.
Right.
And then in every other game, she's transparently on the side of the heroes. So, it's just weird. Anyway, the goons all get beat up, and the heroes decide, well, let's take our complaints to Mogul. Yeah. So they go into the center of the casino and say, Mogul, get out here. And he comes out here and Sally accuses him of hiring people to get Sonic. And then he's like, I didn't do that. You don't know that I did that. You can't prove it.
It's true, they can't.
And then she's like, well, okay, what about the thugs and Sonic who were in the back room? And he's like, oh, well, Sleuth, what have we been using the back room for? And then he says, oh, we've been doing secret mercenary work without you knowing. So it's like, huh. And he's like, well, you're fired. You don't get to be here anymore. And it's like, it's really weird. I don't know how to feel about this, honestly. Because, like, the idea is that he outplayed them, right? But it feels a little too transparent. I don't know, because he knows, and they know, and he knows they know, and they know he knows they know. But they don't have direct evidence, so it's like, we just have to leave. But it's like, whose laws does this even fall under?
I think it's just they don't want to have a super bad look in front of all the civilians that are here.
I guess.
Like, Mogul, it seems to be running a legitimate establishment, and that might be kind of bad to ruin that. And so yeah, they kind of just are like, well, I guess it's not worth it. I like this. I think this makes a lot of sense. Now, this could get stupid later if this somehow gives a bad image to Sonic. I would hate that. But if Mogul is just being smart and well, if the plan fails, I just have this get out of jail free card. I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
It's not terrible. I think it's just that it just feels a little clunky. That's why Rouge was talking to Sleuth before, is because he paid her to tell him that this is the plan, basically. And nobody ever talks to Rouge about that. She's not even here, so she just ran off. So I don't know. And that is, again, her being self-interested. So I guess for that version of the character, it's a nice moral gray area, but it is weird. So yeah, and it is funny because it is what Mogul said he was going to do, which is, all right, well, I'll just keep living until you guys are dead, and I'll mess with you along the way. And he did successfully mess with them, but then they're like, well, we were pawns in a petty little scheme, and we took a few punches, but we're not dead, I suppose.
Yep.
So they're just leaving in their hovercraft. And yeah, Jeffrey's like, well, all's well that ends well, and Sonic's like, yeah. And he also, this is, I think, the first time Sonic nicknames Jeffrey Stinky, which I think is excellent.
I do like that nickname.
Yeah. And, yeah, like you guys said, I did forget, Antoine and Bunny gets Freedom HQ, and Knack did get away, which sucks.
Of course.
And you know what? I'm realizing that, yes, Sally said Nicole handle us, so she probably called Antoine and Bunny there, because this is not New Mobotropolis. Nicole does not have nanites in Freedom HQ.
Yeah.
She probably could have locked the doors, but okay. So, fair enough. So yeah, things are fine, as far as they know. On the other hand, the anti-freedom fighters are back.
Oh boy.
Okay, alright.
Interesting.
They are setting up a special device, and it's one we've seen before, if you can't tell when it's not lit up.
They also appear to be actual characters now.
They've all got new designs, yes. In fact, even Fiona has a new Evil is Sexy outfit.
Yeah, we'll see more of these new versions of these characters next time. Next comic.
But, they're getting ready for an attack on the orders of Fiona and His Majesty, King Scourge.
God help us all.
Ooh boy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can see that, I suppose. Scourge being like, yeah, I'm just gonna make myself king. And it's pretty obvious that, the freedom fighters are, not super enthused about this, so...
they all clearly fucking hate him and do not want to be dealing with this.
Yeah, I'll see what convinced them to do this, I suppose.
Yeah. So, that leads into Sonic number 189. Everybody's going into battle. And with a color work that's very conspicuously not done by Jensen, which means it looks a lot more flat than recent covers have been. The last couple of issues have had Josh Ray back on colors, and it really is striking just how much not as good as Jensen he is. I mean, it's fine, but it's yeah. Anyway, the story here is a bold new Well, you tell me how we pronounce this word. Is it Mobius? Mobius? Moebius?
Oh, it's Moebius time.
Moebius.
That's how
Moebius.
Kayla's pronounced it to me, and that's how I usually go for.
Yep. But part 1, Unwelcome Guests, Flynn and Yardley. The anti-freedom fighters invade Sonic's universe as the Chaotix battle the Dark Egg Legion. Who will come out on top?
It's interesting. I didn't notice that they're I don't remember if we've seen an anti-bunny previously.
We definitely have. I
We
was gonna
have
point that out.
once, but
Yeah,
she's not
Fiona
part of this.
seems to have replaced her now.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's I was gonna
I'm
say the
wondering
same
what's
thing.
going on with anti-bunny.
I would hope that they would explain that at one point.
I'm assuming they probably will at some point.
Yeah, because there are so many things you could you could say they just killed them. Like there's so many weird things you could do with that.
They have done that a
surprised.
couple times. It's like, where does this character? Oh, they're dead. But
Like I would love that with Anti-Bunny. That would be perfect.
no, I like Bunny too much for that.
But the anti-freedom fighters are like losers.
They
They're
are,
losers,
but it's like,
I feel like they would just kill someone.
Here's the thing. We barely get enough of regular Bunny. I don't want to just lower the amount of any kind of Bunny in the world.
I mean, yeah. In a
Okay,
perfect world,
well-
we would get plenty of Bunny, but we don't.
I
We clearly don't live in
don't-
a perfect world.
I don't care what happens as long as they haven't just forgotten about them, because that seems like a
Sure.
pretty like when you have the lineup here and it's like, oh, Fiona is paired with Bunny, like it's like, it's kind of weird.
They
Yeah.
haven't forgotten, I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
right.
Anyway, and yes, this cast shot of all 12 of them, I do love it. It is awesome.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
So yeah. And yeah, just to be clear, neither version of Bunny was in the original Freedom Fighters versus Anti story. Only in 151 did any version of Anti-Bunny appear, which is when
Interesting.
Sonic
Okay.
went there in Antoine's place. Or in Evil Sonic's place because Antoine was patched. Anyway, that stuff.
Okay, but they did show up, so we know they
Yes, she
exist,
did
so.
exist. But she's not here, so I wonder where she is. So, yeah, the star posts turn on by themselves, and they're like, wonder what's up with that. And then immediately Rotor and Tails get blasted. And, yeah, basically everybody comes in one by one. And we see they've all got updated names and designs. So,
I like that they aren't just anti-Blanco.
Yeah.
I mean, that was never their actual names. That was just their names were their names.
Sure.
But yeah,
giving them
like
actual name. I like.
no,
Yeah.
Rather than just referring to them as anti-Rotor or whatever.
Yeah. So Rotor is now Boomer, a cyborg, and that's a nice callback to his old name.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, what I really like is they're actually like their names aren't just random things. They are still
make
actually
sense.
just their names. So yeah,
Right.
Boomer is using Boomer because that was one of their names.
The names make sense in the context.
Tails is now Miles, who dresses rather posh and dyes his hair tuft black.
Yeah, we got
Yep.
emo tails.
There we go.
For Gotham.
It's more like
Fascist?
a little bit. Yeah, he seems like he'd use a Roman statue as his profile picture on Twitter.
Ooh.
Sally looks about the same, but she goes by her middle name, Alicia, now.
Perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And okay, so they definitely called Patch before this point, right?
Yes, they did. They did.
Okay,
I think
so-
they did.
So that's not a new one, but
No.
Yeah.
he did get a new coat.
Yeah, they're all looking very well. The Miles, Alicia, and Patch are all looking very imperial.
Definitely. And also, I just realized Patch doesn't need an eye patch.
No,
He just wears
just
that
wears
shit
it.
for the love of the game, because
He
he
wears
didn't
it
need it
'cause
to
it looks
impersonate
cool.
Antoine before.
Yeah, he just looks cool with it, which that's fair.
Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, then Fiona's coming through, so everything's going bad for them, but Sonic is not here to help because he is busy helping the Chaotix fight the Dark Egg Legion.
Yeah.
Knuckles is taking charge, and I think he's doing it in part as recompense for some of the Enerjack stuff, but also like, the Dark Legion they're my guys that I have to fight.
Right.
Mhm.
And Sonic is like, well, you gotta stop beating yourself up about all that. And Knuckles is like, well, I still did it, and now they're stuck with Eggman, and I have to try and help them, he says. By
Right.
punching them, I guess.
Right.
Amy is thankfully still home from last time to take on Patch, while Bunny goes after Alicia.
They do a good job at contrasting Patch with Antoine here because Patch basically behaves like bad classic Antoine being just a
Yes.
complete coward as soon as Amy tries to attack them.
Yeah, and that is funny. I don't know if it totally lines up with his behavior in the 150 issues, whichever ones
Eh.
those were, but I don't mind it anyway.
No, I appreciate basically portraying them as like the worst I guess the worst versions of their prime.
Yeah, which you say that. I don't see Alicia just like hiding in her room crying this whole time, but that's probably
Okay,
for the
well,
best.
yeah, that's for the best because that would just be boring.
I know, I'm being facetious. Anyway,
No, I think Alicia took like the royal position
Yeah.
too seriously. Like
Yeah, I think
they're
that's,
super serious. Like they are super ticked off when they're like, "All right, Your Majesty," to Fiona. It's like, "Nah, this is my position," but they're just going with it for now.
Right.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, Bunny goes after Alicia, but is attacked. Let's see. Boomer gets her, letting Alicia free to be attacked by Sally, while Antoine challenges Fiona.
Yeah, I like that. Really, it's only Tails who gets fully matched up with himself. Everyone else is up against someone else.
Yeah, there's a lot of rotating fight scenes in this.
Yeah,
that
which
it's
is
like,
always a cool storytelling device. I don't know what the right.
Just
it's
keeps the
just
fight interesting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it just keeps the fight dynamic.
yeah. There's you really can't predict where it's gonna go, which makes it hard to explain in writing because you really have to take each panel individually to make sure you're on the same page.
Right.
I do like the parallel here where Fiona says both she and Antoine are going after the lady in charge, and then Sonic says the same thing about Knuckles and Leonda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, she's here, and Knuckles does grill her on how dumb an idea it is to work with Eggman, and how pointless the War of the Echidnas is at this point. She's like, you know what, I have some actual power now, and damn it, I'm gonna use it.
Yep, clinging desperately to the scraps you have remaining. I really like when Leonda is like, Snively, where are my reinforcements? And Snively's like, what reinforcements? You're the army.
Yeah, you guys are the army. We don't have any robots right now.
Yeah, Enerjack blew up everything. And I love Knuckles' face when he hears that. He's like, come on. He's so cute, honestly, in this panel.
Especially compared to Leonda's just angry scowl.
I know. I love how much she sucks, honestly. She's she's so desperate to just have power of things, and she's constantly being undercut and never gets what she wants. It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, she turns back, unfortunately, just in time to run into Charmy, Ray, and Saffron, who are busy planting bombs on an Eggman radio tower. Charmy watched number 2, by the way. He's totally fine here. He wouldn't know anything about the egg grapes.
He doesn't say a word. That's the thing.
I know, but he's totally fine. He's planting bombs.
He is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but the point is that they don't have the heroes do not have the muscle there to fight the Dark Egg Legion, even if the Dark Egg Legion is retreating. So unfortunately, they're caught on opposite sides of the conflict. Back at base, we have a good action sequence where Sally is basically dodging and weaving through 5 different battles to get to the computer.
Right.
I'm sorry. I keep pausing, and I guess that's not going to show up once I run it through the edit. But
yeah,
it's like I'm just trying to follow the action the whole way because it is really cool looking as you're just trying to follow Sally's movement. And of course she's trying to get to the computer, and it's all a good ruse because Fiona deduces that she's trying to get to the computer and starts fighting her, and then reveals actually it's Rotor.
Right.
And I like this because even though Rotor is too hurt to be a real fighter, it shows that he can still participate.
Right.
I think a lot of action stories in general could do well to make sure to figure out how to have non-fighters participate. That's like Dragon Ball's problem, because all of the non-fighters just turn into the crowd who stands around in the background commentating. I guess just make fights depend on more than brute strength is the other thing, but yeah.
Well, that's the benefit these comics do have, is that technology does play a part in fights.
Yeah. So the Chaotix are gonna try and get to the tower. Sonic decides, I gotta head back home because something's going down, because that's the communication that Rotor got to him. But we do see an egg pod deliver one reinforcement. It's Dimitri. And we saw a little bit of this before, but his head bubble is now decked out with prehensile dreads acting as tentacles.
That is terrifying.
I know,
I
he's
love
so
this.
weird looking.
I love it. It reminds me of the monster from the game Carrion, with like the flesh tentacles scuttling around.
Yeah, when we were talking about John Carpenter's The Thing last time.
Sure, yeah.
And then Dimitri is like, "You thought that was weird. I'm not done yet."
I've got a fucking praying mantis body, assholes.
I love this. Like, you know, a normal person would have just made like a robot body for themselves, but Dimitri is a true mad scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be that he's a mad scientist. I was also thinking, is this just like a leftover Eggman thing that they had to repurpose because it was all they had?
Well, the two aren't incompatible.
They
Yeah,
are
either
things
explanation
that I like
or
to see
both at once is good.
Yeah.
And Leon Da is fucking bitter about him taking command. He's like, you weren't good enough, I'm going to take command now. And, you know, he can still give a good speech to rally his legion. And this does give them their second wind. Just as the Chaotix have lost one of their biggest assets with Sonic.
Mhm.
And, you know, we've got more page parallels here. We have two identically shaped panels. One where Sonic kicks down the door of Freedom HQ, and one where another foot enters from the portal.
Gee, I wonder.
Yeah, the kings have arrived, and so is the cliffhanger.
Fair enough. That's a good cliffhanger spot.
And
Scourge's
you know-
entrance line is so stupid. He's like, "The king has arrived. Scrubs,
Fucking
respect."
scrubs. I have to remember this was written in like 2008 or something. That was like not as cringy.
It's supposed to be cringe though, because
Yeah,
think
he
it is
sucks, is the
supposed-
thing.
I'm pretty sure it is supposed to be cringy, but it's not as cringy as it is now.
honestly,
Yes.
that makes it even better.
I listen. I'm just waiting for him to say that he's epically poning them or something.
Oh god, fucking psychic damage.
So yeah. It was like I think it was basically just a direct linear a linear path for the comics getting better this issue. We started with the worst and ended with the best.
Honestly, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
Yeah,
say
no,
that all of
the
them
last-
were at least
they were
all right. I
fine.
think I agree with one that the first two Mogul ones at the start were kind of meh.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, the first two were kind of.
But the rest of these I liked pretty well.
Yeah, I
Yeah, agreed.
generally like the rest of them.
And man, B plots are way better than having two isolated stories in the same issue. Jumping between Home
Yeah.
and Megaopolis means that the story never has to slow down, and I am excited for next week's issues because they keep doing that.
Good.
Nice.
I can appreciate that.
So, yeah, that's basically all there is to say on the matter. So next time on Deep Dive Zone, more guys that we have to fight because Scourge and the Antis and all that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's where we're done for tonight, I guess. I don't know. I've been kind of not hitting the segue into the outro very well recently, but I don't know. Maybe the tier lists last week just brainalized me.
It was a lot. I wouldn't blame you.
It's all the tier list fault. I swear. I'm not just like sleep deprived and not eating enough. Nothing like that.
Well,
That's gonna make people worry for my safety. I probably shouldn't say that.
porque lo nos dos.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my lovely co-host for being here. If you like this episode, please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, suggestions, or feedback, you can reach us at any of the links in the link tree in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week. We will see you next week for another exciting episode. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and take care.